Good morning, everyone. Bienvenue. Je suis Mark Sutcliffe, maire de la ville d'Ottawa. I'm Mark Sutcliffe, mayor of the city of Ottawa. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you here today. And I'm really excited to see so many leaders from defense, security, technology, and the broader business community here at CANSEC 2026. And I want to take a moment to welcome Premier Ford back to Ottawa. Great to see you again, Premier. Thank you for everything you're doing. Minister Vic Fedeli, who spends so much time in Ottawa, I don't even know if it's right to welcome you back to Ottawa because you're here a lot. My friend and former colleague from Ottawa City Council, who's now our MPP, George DeRuse, great to see you. Dave Haggerty, who I'll be introducing in a moment from General Dynamics, and also a fellow mayor who's joined us today. Great to see you, Alex Nuttall, the mayor of Barrie. Welcome to all of you. I want to thank the Premier and Minister Fedeli for this exciting announcement today that will strengthen Ontario's role as a global leader in the defense and security ecosystem. I also want to say how impressive it is to see just how large CANSEC has become. This is a great event in our city. We're very proud to host it every year. It's amazing to see it bursting at the seams this year. It's one of the most important gatherings in the defense sector every single year in Canada. We see technologies and expertise coming together to help shape the future of Canada's defense and security capacity. And we are at a pivotal moment right now in Canada. La sécurité économique et la sécurité nationale sont de plus en plus étroitement liées. Countries around the world are moving quickly to strengthen sovereignty, to modernize defense capabilities, secure supply chains, and invest in new technologies. And Ottawa-Gatineau has a major role to play in that work. Not someday in the future, but right now. Notre région dispose déjà des matières premières que le pays et les compagnies cherchent. More than 300 defense, aerospace, and security companies are right here in Ottawa-Gatineau, employing over 10,000 highly skilled workers. We're home to North America's highest concentration of tech talent, alongside global leadership in AI, cybersecurity, telecommunications, quantum technologies, and advanced research. Our national defense headquarters is here. So are our intelligence agencies, more than 130 embassies and high commissions, and over 60 federal laboratories. The partnerships between post-secondary institutions on both sides of the river, innovators, and private sector companies are second to none. And that concentration of brains and talent makes a huge difference. And that is why my counterpart from Gatineau, the Mayoress Maude Marquis-Bissonnette, and I are chairing, along with the retired General Rick Hillier, the Defense Innovation Hub Task Force. We know there's a major opportunity in front of us. The federal government is making historic investments, and our job is to attract as much of that investment to this region as possible. We have the companies, we have the talent, we have the research capacity, the technology, and the partnerships. This is not only a great opportunity for Ottawa, but for Ontario and for Canada. And what's good for Ottawa is good for Ontario. Je crois qu'Ottawa-Gatineau est prêt à diriger ses efforts. The opportunity is there, and we are ready to seize it. So thank you for joining us today, and I'll now turn it over to Dave Haggerty from General Dynamics.
Thank you, Mayor, and good morning, everyone. Premier Ford, Minister Fedeli, distinguished guests, friends, colleagues, everyone here at this wonderful event, CANSEC Day 2, bigger and better than ever before. I've been coming here for probably the last 10 years straight. This is definitely the biggest event there has been. I'm very proud today to be hosting the exciting announcement from Premier Ford, and on behalf of over 1,700 employees in London, Ontario at GDLS Canada, the outdoor pavilion that we have here in our display. Behind me, you're looking at an Armored Combat Support Vehicle, or ACSV, that is built in London, Ontario, as part of our contract with the Canadian Army. The event today is, and the announcement today is something that we're very excited to host. And I want to introduce and start by saying Mayor Nuttall of Barrie to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor Sutcliffe, for obviously hosting us today and CANSEC as a whole. I can tell you the logistics I'm seeing on the ground, the team in Ottawa is doing an incredible job, so thank you so much, Mayor Sutcliffe. Good morning, Premier Ford, Minister Fedeli, and members of Barrie City Council are with us today. It is an honour to join you today as part of Team Ontario. Our province is investment ready for defence, and our towns and cities are ready to deliver. Ontario has a compelling value proposition. It's home to one of the largest concentrations of defence companies in Canada, supported by advanced manufacturing, research capacity, and highly skilled workforce. Investment readiness doesn't happen at a conference table, it happens on the ground. It happens in cities and towns across Ontario. It happens in Ottawa, and it happens in Barrie. We're ready to support Canada's defence sector, and we're ready to do it in a way that is fast, coordinated, and focused on results. In Barrie, we understand that success in the sector comes down to one thing: move at the speed of business. Granted, we're uniquely positioned close to CFB Borden, one of Canada's largest military training bases, and a vital part of this country's defence system. But quite simply, we are where defence needs to be. Location is only part of that story. Barrie's geography is matched by capability. The defence industry needs highly skilled and trained people. Barrie has invested roughly $12.5 million in Lakehead University's new engineering and STEM hub to train computer science, electrical engineering, and mechatronics, opening in the fall. We've also invested an additional $7.5 million into Georgian College, our military-connected college. Today, we're announcing an additional $2.5 million to support the training of Canadian Armed Forces members at Georgian's Barrie campus. Barrie's training the people that you need for the jobs that you are creating. With over 2,000 new units under construction, we have the housing capacity for these folks as well. The province of Ontario has created a new regional innovation centre in Barrie with a focus on the supply chain for national defence and sovereignty projects. Our city is complementing this with ongoing and increasing support for programming to grow and expand local manufacturing. And what makes Ontario and Ottawa and Barrie truly competitive in this is alignment. This is the message that we're sending to industry today. Ontario is building a clear path forward, one that will help move projects forward quickly, predictably, and at scale. This unity amongst federal, provincial, and local governments allows us to move quickly to make decisions because we know that when there's an opportunity in front of us, timing matters. Barrie is the easy button for companies looking to invest, to expand, and to grow. We offer shovel-ready, serviced employment lands and a seamless development process led by our CAO. Our focus is simple: remove barriers, create certainty, and make it easier for companies to invest, to expand, to grow. And we're not just talking about readiness, we're acting. Today, I issued a strong mayor's directive to advance a focused set of actions that will position Barrie and contribute to Ontario's broader efforts as a leader in defence investment readiness. Specifically, we'll update our zoning to designate lands across the city to support defence and sovereignty projects, sending a clear signal our city is ready to accommodate this sector and increase the supply of land for production. We will also expand our employment lands community improvement plan with defence-focused initiatives. We're backing that with an initial $50 million incentive to attract investment and accelerate development altogether. And we're going to establish a dedicated defence and investment concierge model, creating a single coordinated pathway to move projects from concept to completion quickly. These actions, alongside our investments in education, are designed for one thing: make it easier, faster, and more predictable for defence firms to invest in Barrie and in Ontario. At a time when Canada is investing in our capacity, when Ontario is strengthening our production capability, towns and cities are where these strategies turn to action. Where talent's trained, where sites are ready, and where goods are manufactured. If you're looking for a place that's ready, a place that moves your pace, and a place that's committed to success, Ontario is ready. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, a man selected by our Premier to put Ontario's best foot forward to the world and attract meaningful investment needed to provide jobs for the people of Ontario. Please join me in welcoming Minister Vic Fedeli.
Morning, everybody. It's a real pleasure to join you here at this absolutely record CANSEC, where the very best of Ontario's defence, advanced manufacturing, and dual-use technology companies are showcasing their capabilities to Canada and to the rest of the world. As you all know firsthand, the defence environment around the world has changed. Geopolitical unrest, war, and challenged global alliances have forced countries to take a much harder look at their security, their supply chains, and their industrial capacity. And our allies are moving with urgency. NATO members have adopted the pledge to make their landmark investments in their defence capabilities. Here at home, Canada is well on its way, having already reached a target of 2% of GDP defence spending. In Europe, the Readiness 2030 will mobilize up to $1.3 trillion to rebuild Europeans' security capabilities. And through the EU's SAFE initiative, Canada is the only non-European member whose country's companies will enjoy preferential access to European defence procurement. That is quite an achievement. Every domestic and international procurement contract signed holds widespread impact across Ontario's industrial supply chain, from critical minerals and advanced materials to precision parts, tech, the next gen of military vehicles like those displayed right here by General Dynamics. To safeguard our economic security, secure sovereign capabilities, and foster opportunities for the future, we must choose to lead. We find ourselves at the precipice of a generational opportunity, and only the jurisdictions who move with urgency, nimbleness, and intent will stand to benefit. And that's why our government has made the defence sector a priority, and why we will continue to take decisive action, including the great news Premier Ford will be unveiling today, to position Ontario companies and our workers for the long term. Now, it gives me a great pleasure, I love this part, to being able to introduce the Premier. All of those things that we talked about, why Ontario is ready, how we got there, putting $30 billion into our Protect Ontario Fund. That has advanced Ontario and protected. It has protected the workers and it has protected the businesses, all because of the policies put forth by Premier Ford. And I got to tell you, I love ending it this way. When we bring businesses here to convince them to come to Ontario, there's no better closer on these deals than Premier Doug Ford.
Well, first of all, hello everyone. It's great to be here. And we start off, I want to make sure we acknowledge the men and women that work and sacrifice their lives in our Canadian Armed Forces. I absolutely love you. Always have your back, so we're very grateful for your service. Thank you. You know, Minister Fedeli's pretty modest. Minister Fedeli flies all around the world, everywhere, and I don't even know how you do it, Vic, because one day he's over in Europe, then he's down in South America, over to Asia, and I guess that's why you have a healthy marriage after 36 years or 40 years. You're never home. I know the feeling, believe me. But, because of Vic, we've brought over $222 billion of investment to Ontario, unlike the country's ever seen before. And that's why when the feds came out with the job numbers, you saw minus 18,000 across the country. But because of Vic and our whole team, we're the only jurisdiction that created 50,000 jobs in April alone. Think of that, 50,000 full-time jobs, as we saw our friends from the U.S. creating 115,000 jobs with 350 million people. We beat them per capita by 641%. The government doesn't create jobs. Folks out here create jobs. We create the climate and the conditions for companies to thrive and prosper. So again, I want to thank you. Kristen, thank you for touring us around. Wherever Kristen, there you are, Kristen, champion. And General Hillier, another one of my champions. You're an amazing person. Thank you for your service, along with Bernie Durable, that was on your side, right beside you in Afghanistan, and we just appreciate it. It's great to be here with our alongside MPP George Darouze, the most popular guy in our caucus. I'll tell you that, probably one of the most popular guys in Ottawa. And you heard from two champions, Mayors Sutcliffe and Nuttall, both great mayors. One from Barrie, one from Ottawa. And of course, Dave Haggerty, General Manager of General Dynamics and Land Systems. Dave, I've never lobbied a federal government more for a company than I did for General Dynamics in London. I think it was 2 prime ministers, about 8 defense ministers. And folks, I've been through their plant, and these are hard-working men and women that put top-notch equipment together. You think I'd get in trouble if we bought one of these for the province? I'd blame the mayors and say they need them. I was really eyeing that jet over there. I already got myself in trouble once. I figured might as well get a fighter jet. What the heck? But you know, all the industry leaders here today, you folks are the ones that make it happen, helping defend the values and the freedoms and democracy around the world. The people here with us today understand better than most that the world is changing and Canada needs to change with it. Our government was elected with a mandate to protect Ontario, and we're delivering on our plan. We're protecting Ontario from economic uncertainty driven by tariffs and protectionism. And I always say protectionism has never worked around the world, and it won't work again around the world. We don't need anyone else to tell us to make sure that we get those critical minerals that our military manufacturers need out of the ground, because we have more critical minerals than anywhere in the entire world right here in Ontario. We're leading the world when it comes to nuclear, when it comes to the small modular reactors, that everyone in the world wants one of our small modular reactors or our large-scale nuclear. We're going to continue leading the world on clean, green, reliable, affordable energy. And we're protecting Ontario from the threats to our national and global security. That we see how right here at home and around the world. We see it as the gas pumps. We see the gas pump prices go up where conflicts in the Middle East have driven fuel prices sky high. We see it in Europe, where Russia's deadly full-scale invasion of Ukraine is now in its 5th year. We see it in Asia, where China's growing power is causing instability and uncertainty. And we see when alliances and partnerships that have kept us safe for many decades are being questioned. Canadians want to be good partners to all our democratic allies collaborating on defense and security. To do that, we need to step up to defend ourselves, protect our workers and our businesses, and to pull our weight in the global alliances that keep us secure. I want to commend Prime Minister Carney for committing to meet NATO's defense spending target of 5% of GDP by 2035. And I want to let everyone here know that Ontario is ready to do their part. Canada's defense commitment will lead to an $81 billion increase in defense spending over the next 5 years. By 2035, defense spending will hit $150 billion annually in Canada alone, and an estimated $6.6 trillion annually around the globe. And through our partnerships overseas, Canada also have access to defense contracts from our NATO allies. This is an incredible opportunity to create jobs and build a safer, more secure world. Ontario is ready to support this work and to support Ontario workers as well. Today, we're announcing a framework for the Ontario Defence Industrial Strategy, which will protect Ontario workers from economic uncertainty and protect Canada from global uncertainty, and leveraging Ontario's incredible defence advantages. Folks, we're home to over 300 defense firms, directly employing over 13,000 workers and offering products and services all over the globe. I always say we'll put our workers against anyone in the world. We'll put our technology and ingenuity against everyone in the world or anyone in the world. We have one of the biggest networks of world-class universities with 94,000 STEM graduates every single year, top-tier research institutions, and more high-skilled workers than anywhere in Canada. Ontario's home to massive deposits of critical minerals needed for vital defense manufacturing, and our clean nuclear power generation, including the first small modular reactors in the G7, means we have all the electricity we need to power Canada's defense industry for decades to come. Our defense industrial strategy is designed to leverage this capacity while supporting Ontario workers. We expect the strategy to add 43,000 new jobs right here in Ontario, generate over $400 million in annual provincial tax revenue, and add to our $6 billion to our GDP. Folks, Ontario has the 19th largest GDP in the entire world, just Ontario alone. We're $1.3 trillion. We are an economic powerhouse, Ontario and Canada. And these are good paying jobs where workers can make around 60% more on the average than the manufacturing sector as a whole. Ontario is already working to build our defense sector and ensure it has everything it needs to succeed. We're cutting taxes and fees to attract defense-related investments, saving families and businesses over $12 billion every year. Folks, in 8 years, we have never, ever raised a tax. We will never raise a tax. Simple philosophy. Put money into companies' pockets. They're going to invest it into their people, into technology, into their infrastructure, buying new equipment. That's what stimulates the economy. And you put it into people's pockets, they're going to go out and do things they might otherwise not be able to do. A simple, maybe saving for a home, going out for dinner with your family. That's what stimulates the economy. Nothing is worse than the government taxing you, because we believe that you can spend your money a lot wiser than the government. We believe that companies can spend it a lot wiser than the government. I want to commend both Mayor Nuttall and Mayor Sutcliffe for showing how municipalities can lead in bringing these investments to Ontario by lowering development charges and municipal taxes to attract good-paying defense-related jobs. We're investing in our world-class workforce, supporting nuclear and critical mineral development, and investing over $7 billion in our public universities and colleges every single year to build a stronger workforce. Minister Fedeli is traveling the globe to land new investments here in Ontario and build strong partnerships with our Democratic allies. I get a call every single day, or a message, no matter where Vic is in the world, and he calls it my vitamin. Every day he gives me companies, multiple companies, that are investing here in Ontario. When we sat down the other day, Vic, you have a lineup of probably $25 billion waiting to land right here in Ontario. That's after the $35 billion we attracted last year with 175 companies, creating 26,000 jobs. Folks, it's all about the people. Again, if it wasn't for the people and the companies and the ingenuity we have, we wouldn't be able to do this. And we will keep doing everything in our province to support our allies and protect the true North strong and free. At an uncertain moment, Canada and Ontario have the opportunity to lead as a stable, trustworthy, and democratic partner, willing to stand up for our allies and for our values. With our manufacturing know-how, our cutting-edge research ecosystem, and reliable supply chain, Ontario is uniquely positioned to expand our defense and security footprint, secure Canada's sovereignty, support allies around the world, and grow our economy for generations to come. The framework we're unveiling today will help us get it done. I just want to thank everyone. May God bless the people of Ontario, and may God bless the people of Canada. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh my goodness, I love that. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you. Very fun.
Who wants one of the real? No, one of the real tape.
You know something, we couldn't do it without the 700, what do you have, the 780 tech companies in Canada alone? Yeah. And Mayor Nuttall opening it up, lowering taxes. Love it. Thank you. That's beautiful. That is great. This is the old solarium you guys have been in. Thank you. Thank you. One quick one here, please. Appreciate it.